Time for some toe-tapping good times with the North 103.3's Homegrown Music Tune-Up, featuring singer-songwriter Shane Nelson and supergroup the Gemstones.
Welcome to the Homegrown Music Tune-Up, a program showcasing artists performing at Duluth's Homegrown Music Festival. I'm Christine Dean from the North 103.3. Coming up, we will have an interview and performance from the Gemstones, but right now we are welcoming Shane Nelson and his band. Hi Shane, welcome.
Hey Christine, what's going on?
Well, I'm just doing this great interview with you. I hope it's a good one. You want to introduce your band?
I think it will be.
You want to introduce your band? Tell us who you have.
Well, these are among my favorite people in the whole world. And well, we got Max and Steve from the Maxie Childs Trio. And you got Ron, one of my bestest friends in the whole wide world, and one of my other new bestest friends, Jerry Siptroth.
Well, and these are some pretty stellar people that you have in your band. I just want to say
I'm one of the luckiest guys in the world, and I know it.
Well, so let's just hear something right away, because I'm so excited to hear this band. What do you want to get started with?
Well, we decided we'd probably play a song I think is a good one because Steve really likes this one. But it's a song that I wrote about a bull rider, and it's a couple years old now, but I think it's better now than it was when I first wrote it. But anyway, it's a song that I wrote one day when I was laying in bed and scrolling through the internet and looking up rodeos and bull riding and different stuff, just totally random. But I came across this article just randomly online about this bull rider, and his name was Mason Lowe. And this headline to this article was Mason Lowe Falls on Hard Times. And after reading the article, I found out that Hard Times was the name of this bull that Mason Lowe got killed on. It's a true story. And I'm like, wow, that's ironic that he fell on hard times, you know? And I'm like, I got to learn about this guy. And so I learned about him as much as I could, and I put as much of his life as I could into 4 minutes of a song. And that's kind of this song. It's a little something different than what my other songs. So.
Well, let's hear it. It's Shane Nelson and his band here on this Homegrown Tune-Up.
The true story about Mason Lowe, the bull rider who took a ride on hard times.
Some people think a beast that kills is cold-hearted and mean, but those who know and seek the thrill know it's part of their breed. At 25, it's far too young for any man to go, but if any cowboy knew the ropes, the man was Mason Lowe. He grew up on a dairy farm. It all began when he was 3. His daddy threw him on a calf, and since then it was his dream to ride in that arena, not for fame or the prestige, but to one day be the best and wear that trophy buckle on his jeans. Mason Lowe, tell me, what do you know? Watching over family down in Exeter, MO. You're herding up the cattle in hayfields made of gold. Only you and God would know, Mason Lowe. Some people think he wrote a little something like JB, but he says, I'd like to think I ride the style that works for me. The style where I'm on top when that 8-second buzzer rings. When riding 1,600 pounds, you're leaving fear behind, but you're wearing balls of steel when you go taking on hard times. When destiny comes calling, you gotta take your ride, 'cause sitting on top of the world's worth every sacrifice. Mason Lowe, tell me friend, what do you know? Watching over family down in Exeter, MO. You're herding up the cattle, hayfields made of gold. Only you and God would know, Mason Lowe. Well, anyone willing to ride is willing to take the fall. But when Mason fell on hard times fell upon us all. With the swiftness of the bull, folks believed he was gone. But with a heart as strong as hardened steel, Mason Lowe lives on. Where's Mason Lowe today? Well, your guess is as good as mine. I can almost see his silhouette. It's chasing down a sunset in the sky. And he's dreaming of the day he'll put that bull back to the test. With nothing else to prove, but Mason Lowe is still the best. Mason Lowe, tell me friend, what do you know? Are you watching over family down in Exeter, MO? You're herding up the cattle in hay fields made of gold. Only you and God will know. Mason Lowe, tell me what do you know? Are you watching over family down in Exeter, MO? You're herding up the cattle in hay fields made of gold. Only you and God would know. Mason Lowe.
Like it?
I think it's pretty good. And you mentioned that it's evolved a bit since you first wrote it. Tell me how it's evolved.
Well, when I first wrote it, it was just me, and now there's a band.
Okay, that's a great evolution. And I have seen you play solo before, but this is the band that is also your homegrown band, right?
I think so. Well, I know Jerry's going to be a part of it. Steve's got another band that he's actually traveling across the country to go and play with. He's a... Yeah.
Can we name names?
I don't know the name of the band.
Yeah, Sound Incorporated.
Sound Incorporated.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Well, it's great to have you here, Shane, and since this is the first time that I've talked with you, I want to know a little bit about your background. You're from Superior, is that right?
I am.
Superior, Wisconsin. And you've been interested in music since you were pretty young, right?
It's pretty much all that I don't know, I've invested a lot of time into it, but it's just because I just love to do it. And I mean, I don't know, when I was really little, like my mom, she'd always have like the Beatles memorabilia and stuff, because she was like crazy about the Beatles. And like I just remember watching like old like Beatles VHS tapes, like A Hard Day's Night and stuff like that. And like I don't know, it just something was so inspiring about like watching a bunch of people like, I don't know, especially for the Beatles, you know, when you got like a million girls like screaming like their brains out for like just a simple, wholesome song. There was just like, wow, there's something intriguing about that. Especially when you're like probably like 6 and you see something like that, you know? Because that was like an important period of time where something definitely impacted the world. And I mean, to me, it impacted me a lot. And listening to like the local radio stations, like driving around in the minivan and stuff, and yeah.
Hearing a lot of that classic stuff.
And my dad played guitar. He was in a band when, I think it was like, I could be wrong, they were called Wheels, but I think it was like 79, something like that.
Okay.
And
So-
he taught me the first few chords I had when I was like 7. He bought me a guitar, my mom and dad, for my birthday. I think I was 6 or 7, it was one of them too.
Did you ask for it, or did they just say, hey, Shane, we're getting you a guitar? It's okay
Well,
if you don't remember.
no, I do
You're
remember.
pretty
I
young.
remember it exactly. But it's just kind of a story. Like my mom had a guitar, and I think it was like an Epiphone, like an SG or something like that. And my dad, I don't know what happened. My mom leaned it up against a wall or something. I don't know where she got it from exactly, but the neck broke on it or whatever. But I didn't see it at all for like years. But my dad held on to it, and my dad glued it back together. He glued the neck back together, and me and my brother would play around on this thing, and my brother ended up like breaking the neck on it again. And when I saw that, I can see it in my head, like it was like horror, like something got murdered in front of me. And like he came in with like the strings dangling between the two pieces, and it just like, I was completely devastated. But I remember that, and then it was very shortly after Mom and Dad bought me this little acoustic
So you
guitar.
were pretty darn young when you started playing. That's great. And had you played piano before that or anything? I've seen you play piano in videos and things.
You know, I play a little bit of piano. I have a piano at my house, and I mean, I'm not as fluent on it as like a guitar, but I feel like I could do just about anything if I took the time to work on it. But I feel like the guitar is just kind of like an easy one to go to let out any inspiration or any ideas that I have. But there are songs I've written on piano.
So you started playing instruments pretty early. When did you start writing songs?
Well, I think I was pretty young too, probably about the same time when I was learning like Buddy Holly songs. I was obsessed with him for the longest time, and the Beatles and all of that. But then like I've kind of messed around when I was really young, like 6 or 7 probably, and 8, you know, I've always kind of tooled around. And I remember I had this one embarrassing song that I wrote when I was like probably like 8, and I went and recorded it at Northwoods Music, where Ron worked at the time.
Oh, wow, you recorded it, wow.
Yeah, and I still have that recording. I got to show you guys that. I was like probably 8 of this song that I wrote, and Scott Johnson played guitar on it. And it was just me and him, and oh, yeah, it was embarrassing. I'd show you now, but I can't do it. I can't do it.
That's okay, that's okay. So obviously this is something that you were meant to do. Like you had your parents behind you, you were all into it even from a young age. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm very blessed. And I mean, I look at it now and like, you know, there's a lot of things, a lot of roads I could have taken, you know, a lot of things I could have done. But I mean, that's one thing I think, wow, I'm really glad that I learned how to play guitar when I was little. And like, because I'm like ADHD brain, and I do everything like everywhere all at once. And sometimes I can't even keep track of what's going on in my day-to-day life. But like, that's one thing that like I had never let go of. And I think it's just because there's like a really big emotional tie to it. It's kind of like a drug. I mean, it really is, because I mean, I can just drive in the car and just cry my eyes out to a beautiful song when I hear it or something. And there's something that just feels so good about that. And I mean, that's my thing. That's what I do. And that's, I mean, everybody else here, I mean, that's their thing too, and that's what they do. And I think that's kind of what the energy pulls us all together to do beautiful things. And here we are.
And you were in some bands. I know you were in a band called Crescent Moon, right, for a while. Did you start that in high school?
Yep, I started it with one of my, or actually, how did it really start? I don't even. Well, I always wanted a band, and I always played on my own, and I never had a band, but I played with bands. I've got up and played with other people. You know, like I remember there was a time in Superior, there was a band called the Bugs, and I got up and played with them at the county fair one time, and then there was like some other festivals that, you know, I've just gotten played with other bands, but I never had one of my own. I've always wanted one. Well, in high school, I was introduced to one of my best friends in the world. His name's Zach Ross. He was just this skinny little kid and a freshman in high school and didn't talk to anybody, but I was introduced to him by somebody that was in my class, and I got to be really good friends with him, and me and him started to play a lot, and I had no idea that it was the beginning of something we'd do for like 15 years.
Yeah, and then Zach passed away.
He did, yeah.
Sadly. But you've carried on with music, and you did some pretty cool things.
Do the music save my life, almost.
Well, and that's
I feel like we do.
That's the name of your album that you're working on, or that you're going to be releasing sometime soon. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. Do you want to do another song now?
Yeah, I think I got this song that I wrote that, are you okay with that? Can we do it? I think after talking about all this, we kind of have to do it. But it's a song that I wrote about music and just kind of exactly what we talked about. And just, you know, there was a time when, you know, my friend Zach passed, and these wonderful people came into my life, and I mean, it was a song that I wrote a while ago, and even me and Zach had played this song. But I think the whole premise of this whole album is just, I mean, these people really helped me out a lot through the healing process with my friend Zach, and still, because I mean, I still carry it with me, you know, not having my, well, I know he's with me, but I mean, it's a little different now, and I'm okay with that. But this is a song that I wrote about how music has kind of always been there for me, to be the thing that I can lean on when I need comfort or healing. And yeah,
Okay.
I've got a song I wrote about that.
All right, this is Shane Nelson on
It's like my theme song.
the Homegrown Music Tune-Up.
We had another song in mind, but since we were talking about all of that good stuff, I think this is appropriate
Right now, so.
Could have been a rebel without a cause for me to speak of. One or two close steps away from the wrong person's advice. I could have sought my refuge in a needle, but I didn't, safe to say. For a good friend who got the best of him, I still feel one and the same. Mom and Dad, they did their best to raise me right, but there's a little voice inside my head that's knowing that the music saved my life. Could have turned to the dark side when I couldn't hold my own, when the sticks and stones broke my bones and the words they cut like knives. School was rough, I might have messed that up. All I learned was fear my next day's fight. But I searched my soul in my headphones on the bus ride home, when the music saved my life. If I'd have heard these voices singing in my head right from the start, I never have to answer to a world that set me far apart. But you find your place and you set the pace, and step by step you move with grace. Dance with every challenge that you face. You could be a person that grows out of childhood dreams. Maybe you could choose a path so fast, fitting unnoticeably. When you're feeling strong, you just hold on. We only go around one time, and life's a song, so sing along and let your heart be your guide. Let the music save your life.
That is Shane Nelson on our Homegrown Music Tune-Up. And what a lovely song, Shane.
You like that one?
I do, and that's going to be the title song from your album. And is it all done? It all recorded? Just needs to be released at some point?
Well, that's the funny part about it is it's the never-ending story. No, but it will end eventually. I don't know, I guess I have Ron suggested it, yesterday, and he's mentioned it before, but like there's a couple of songs that I've written where, there's one I wrote on ukulele that was inspired by like my friend Zach and all of that, and passing glances at memories and things like that, and I wrote a song on there, and he thought, well, you should maybe just do one on your own, or a couple of them. I might go back into the studio and just, record them, just me, but yeah, we're on our way.
All right, well, we look forward to that. And we are running out of time, so I want to make sure we get in one more song. What would you like to wrap up with here?
What would we like to wrap up with? You two can fight about it.
Which one? From a distance.
These two can
From a
decide.
distance. Just from a distance.
Steve wants to do that one.
Let's go.
All right, it's Shane Nelson.
Okay, give me a key.
We'll have to come back and perform the other songs. There's a song that I wrote about beautiful things that you should probably stay away from if you know what's good for you. I wrote it about cats. I'm allergic to cats. I love them, I want to cuddle them, but I can't because it's dangerous and it's not worth it. But I can, maybe if I was in like a bubble or something, it would be safe, but. All right. 1, 2.
I gotta love you, love you, love you from a distance. There are beautiful things in the world that you should look but don't touch. And just like a poisonous flower, Lord knows you got the power. In full bloom, you make a wreck out of me. Yeah. I gotta love you from a distance, baby. By your side ain't no good for me. Yeah. Gotta try hard, stay away from you, girl. I gotta do what's healthy, even if that means I gotta love you from a distance. And just like the moon's reflection, cast it over the endless sea. Yeah. I might drown if I get too close, falling in and loving too deep, just captive by your beauty. I gotta love you from a distance, baby. By your side ain't no good for me, no. I gotta try hard, stay away from you, girl. I gotta do what's healthy, even if that means I gotta love you from a distance. Yeah, well, I appreciate all beautiful things. You're just no good. You're no good. Ron, break it down. Love you. I gotta love you from a distance, baby. By your side, no good for me. No. I gotta try hard, try to stay away from you, girl. I gotta do what's healthy, even if that means I gotta love you from a distance. I gotta love you from a distance, baby. By your side ain't no good for me. No. I gotta try hard, stay away from you, girl. 'Cause I got to do what's healthy, even if that means I gotta love you from a distance.
Take that to the bank, honey. Or the shelter.
That is Shane
You
Nelson.
can just take a walk down to the shelter.
Here on our Homegrown Music Tune-Up. Well, thank you so much, Shane. Thank you so much to this fabulous band. This was really a treat. And again, were all of those songs from that forthcoming album that you have?
You said forthcoming? Does that mean like the fourth album, or like the forthcoming, like it's coming?
That means it will be coming soon.
I like that.
It's coming forth.
Yes, that is that
All
one.
right, so that's just a little
forthcoming
taste. That's a little taste of that album that people should keep their eyes open for, which is called The Music Saved My Life.
That's right.
Thank you so much, Shane. This has been a treat, and this is the Homegrown Music Tune-Up, and the Gemstones are coming up soon here on the Tune-Up.
I'm Tyler Scouton. I'm the Technology Director for the Duluth Homegrown Music Festival. This will be the official 26th year of the Homegrown Music Festival. It started with one night. I can't remember exactly how many bands. I believe it was 3 to 5 bands for Scott Lunt's birthday, also known as Starfire in Duluth. It kind of just kept evolving every year and kept getting larger and larger over the years. The most unique part about Homegrown for me is a mix of everything, every type of genre of music, different types of people, all kind of coming together, and you have this one magical week of just enjoying, you can say happy homegrown to any random person on the street corner and they'll know exactly what you're saying. They'll usually reciprocate. Well, this year, I think it's kind of a fun trivia fact is for the Homegrown Music Festival, we had 254 bands apply. These are primarily local bands, which is mind-blowing to me. That's a lot of bands for such a small area, and we have such a great culture of local bands and local music and original music. Homegrown 2024, it's a big thing. That's actually the hashtag this year is HGMF24, and just share pictures, share with your friends, invite friends and family to go to sets, or share as much video as you can to get these names out there, let people know Duluth is a hotbed for music, and it's very accepting to every type of music. There's a spot pretty much for everybody here, and it's a really good feeling.
This is the Homegrown Music Tune-Up, a program showcasing artists at the Duluth's annual Homegrown Music Festival. I'm Caitlin Brunza, and joining me are the Gemstones. Welcome, everyone.
Thanks for having us.
We're really excited to have you here. Why don't you all introduce yourselves, and then we can get started with the first song.
I'm Josh. I'm the guitar player.
I'm Courtney, and I play keys.
I'm Manny, and I play bass.
I'm Ian, and I play drums.
Awesome. And what song are we going to start with today?
This one's Rosary.
Saints are never chosen.
That was Rosary from the Gemstones, formerly Afro Geode. I'm so sorry there was a name change after the loss of Deanna Johnson and a key person in the Gemstones. First, do you want to talk about the song Rosary that you just played, and then we can get into all of the rest of the interview.
Courtney, I think this is a you first kind of deal.
So this is actually the first time that we've played this for anybody. Basically the premiere of our new wave of originals that we've been coming up with these past few months. So we are looking to get all of the songs that we have together and do a couple of more for our next album that we're hoping to record in the fall of this year. And yeah, Rosary I wrote the words. And this chord progression was something that I had in my head for a very long time, but I wanted to put it to something. And then I always know that when we get together, anything that we have going on in our brains, we can just put out and make into something way better. And so it kind of developed into a song, in 20 minutes or something when we brought it up.
Yeah, it didn't take too long. Because I remember we started with something swung, and then you brought that keyboard part in, and then it gave it 20 minutes, and it was there.
Yeah, it's like an instant pot for songs. Oh.
Do you think that most of your songwriting goes that way, like an instant pot for songs, or?
Sometimes we let things brew. I don't know.
It's very I don't think we ever really go into a practice going, today we're gonna write this new song, it's gonna be awesome. Usually Courtney or Josh or Ian or me, we just bring us oh, I have this cool idea, I think that would work, and then we just keep playing it until it evolves into something that we're like, oh, we have a song. That's awesome.
It's almost like we have so many audio recordings on our notes app on our phone, or on our phones. So we'll dig any one of them out and then turn it into something. I know Josh has a lot of great ideas that we have turned into songs.
Usually it starts with a riff, a boring, everybody's setting up riff, and then it turns into the past 4 or 5 songs we've done together have all been waiting time riffs.
Yeah.
Because normally we write, commercial jingles, but right now it's where we're making.
So
band music.
when do those go on air?
I don't know.
Okay, never mind.
We keep those private. Those are for us.
So are you each independently crafting parts of different songs that you all merge together? And with that, I know a couple of you have a pretty extensive music background. Is that something that everyone in the band shares, or are we all coming from different musical walks of life and forming an amazing band?
You know what? I think the fact that we all have such different backgrounds, they definitely overlap in some cases, but we definitely have different walks of life in all parts of the band. And I think that's really what it makes our songs really unique in that way, at least in my opinion, just because I know I've brought some stuff to the Gemstones that I thought, oh, it'll go this way, or oh, this will turn into this. But then it turns into something completely different, something I never would have thought of, and it's 10 times cooler. But that's, because either Courtney is oh, we should play this chord here instead of that, or Josh is hey, we should add this section, and we should make it this long, or Ian's hey, let's play this cool groove on it instead of this. And so I think in that way, I think we're all different, but we all come together to create this cohesive thing at the end of the day.
If it weren't for Deanna too, I don't think any of this would have happened, because I couldn't if it wasn't for all of us getting together for that purpose, I don't know if I know we played in bands together. I don't know if I could imagine all of us as a group though. Everybody's so different, plays different kind of music, and it's just it's amazing to me that it all works cohesively.
Much like the facets of a gemstone. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but honestly, I really don't think that without Deanna, I don't really think any of us would have met. So, thanks, Dee.
Yeah, did she have this collective idea of a group to piece together and then came to you each individually to form this band? Or what was that sort of forming this band together and meeting everyone?
I will say that it came from a Facebook post.
Yeah.
Dee got asked to play Pride 2021, I think.
Yep.
And she decided that she did not want a backing vocal tracks. She wanted a full band, so she made a post, and I feel like all of us were the ones that got chosen because we're still in the band. And yeah, it was a random act of the universe, and yeah, that's our D.
That's amazing. And it's so great to see that you are all still playing together, and it's really, truly
She would
beautiful.
be mad if we didn't.
Yeah. Well, how could we not, too?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We knew within minutes after the Pride show that we were like, we're going to keep playing. There's something. My wife still has the first recording of us in our first little jam in our basement when we all first met each other, and it was just something powerful because it's something I haven't heard in Duluth in a while, and it was just pure and good.
Yeah. I read in one of your Facebook posts, the caption, you said that 2023 shaped you and 2024 will make you. So I take that there's a bunch of new music headed our way, I suppose, including that song that you just played. We have time for another song. We have time for more than another song, but let's hear another one.
Should we do Streetlights?
This next one is another original that I wrote, at least the lyrics to. Yeah, it's called Streetlights.
All right. Ready, guys?
Yeah.
I've done my share of playing house with lovers and left them every time because I could. I try some odd for size when I'm allowed to fantasize, but the scared how much I need you. Don't leave me on my own.
The Gemstones on the Homegrown Music Tune-Up. That was Streetlights.
Yes, it was.
Do you want to speak a little bit about that song?
So that was actually one of the first original songs that I'd ever done. I think like years ago, I wrote the lyrics to this, and I had this chord progression in my mind that I just like couldn't get out of my head. And it's like, you know, where you have like these chords that just kind of sound comforting. They sound like you're coming home. And so I was just like, home, oh my gosh. And that I've just kept this in my archives for years and finally have the band to do it with. Yeah. And plus, like, oh my gosh, the ending section in 6/8, so good.
Yeah, we love Courtney's songs. I don't know
so
if
much emotion in it.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Absolutely. And I can totally tell, and you all seem so in it when you're playing the song. I mean, your hat fell off. You're playing.
Oh, it did?
Sorry about that.
It, like, the light just like kept falling.
Manny leads the charge on jumping around.
He gives great cues.
And that's really great to have such a cohesive band, knowing when to jump around.
Well, everybody in here has like all you guys have such good ears, and that's really helpful when we're like some of that middle section where the piano solo was. We didn't know when that was going to end. It's kind of just like we follow Courtney, and there's a lot of interplay that goes on, not just in this song, but most of them, I think.
Just gotta feel it out.
Yep. And I don't know, it's awesome to work with you guys because your ears are like this big, you know, and that makes a huge difference when it comes to maybe not as much writing, but performing, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an ongoing collaboration, even past when the song's just written.
And it's going to be different every time we do the same songs over and over. Like, we know that it's not going to turn out the same way every time, and that's the goal, that's the intent, that's how we want it to be. And so we just kind of organically feel it out as we go.
That's amazing. I was doing a little more digging before this interview, and I read this really fascinating, prompt about you guys. It's Duluth's newest, hottest, self-promoted and upcoming band in the Twin Ports, written by Gemstone Weekly.
Yeah, that was a big honor. You beat out a lot of bands for that.
We have our own paper.
Is that something that you were all working on in this upcoming future, getting that out there?
This is the first time I'm hearing about
This
this.
is also, I was in the dark about this as well. Josh,
Don't read the post that I post.
What have you been typewriting?
Well, you have a new project.
I suppose, yeah.
We got some great reviews on there.
Well, I
really love us.
I look forward to seeing more of those posts. They were for this upcoming Homegrown set. Rumor has it there's going to be some more new music in those sets.
Yeah, we're gonna have a whole set of our originals, which is the first time for us.
That's amazing. A whole set of originals. That must be a long time in the process of making all of those songs, and especially, I'm sure it takes time to get them ready to perform in front of people.
Well, and most of them were from after Dee had passed, so it's all us together. One of the songs we wrote before when Dee was still around, and that one we love playing that one, but we're also getting our new music out there, which
Yeah.
is cool because it's
Some of the other ones too are just not doable without her.
yeah. There's certain songs we just can't do. They're D songs.
I think that makes a lot of sense. And you're still continuing to honor her legacy by playing music and contributing in your own way. And I think that that's really a beautiful thing that you guys can do. And going back to a couple of homegrown things, I also heard see you at kickball. Is that something that you are all trying to anticipate playing in, or just cheering
I will start
on
off
the-
with saying I run the social media.
Okay.
So, when it comes to kickball, I will probably be the one playing because I'm diehard kickball, homegrown kickball. I actually just apply usually before to homegrown just to play kickball. Doesn't matter about the show. It's about that Saturday morning playing kickball.
Yeah,
in Homegrown
absolutely.
with other non-physically fit musicians having a good time at Chester Park.
Well, my question for that was, what is your favorite kickball position for each of you? If you have
I'll be
strong
the only one to
feelings.
field it
Yeah.
again. I am the all-time Friday night third baseman.
Okay, that's
I
great.
don't know what that means.
I'm pretty good at goalie.
Perfect.
Yeah, girl.
We
Is there a catcher in kickball? Because I would be the
yeah,
catcher.
Yeah,
I think they're in the outfield.
Okay.
I prefer to kick the ball. That's what I would say for my answer. And that's all I got. We have time for one more song. What are we thinking about playing?
A song called Bedroom Feels.
Bedroom Feels.
Tell us a little more about the song, Josh.
I will not. I will sing it, and we'll do it. No, it's a song about, we once again came up with, like we always do, come up with the music, come up with a riff. It's just a standard riff that came out of nowhere, and we came up with a song around it. And then we come up with lyrics, and I was playing at home one day, and my wife was like, this song sounds like just laying in bed all day and just not doing anything. And I know there's a million songs like this, but this one's different.
It's really good. Josh wrote a really good song.
You guys
That
all
would be it.
ready? We all ready? All right.
the Gemstones on the Homegrown Music Tune-Up. Thank you all so much for coming in today. It really was such a pleasure to have you all here. And I wish you so much luck with recording your new album and all of your shows that you have lined up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kaylin.